I know exactly what I'm doing. DFG, you heard? Yeah, I'm from the streets where the hood was swallowing me. Bullets are following me. These haters out to get me. Look how this Prada fit me. We move around with blickies. I got that bag, not a stash. Thick as Lionel Richie's. Jack riding out the 50. Many men wish death upon me. Don't hold your breath, a nigga step and get pressed to concrete. I'm God's blessed. I don't stress, I get dressed to R&B. Teflon on, doing duets with an Aubrey. It be some tragic shit. Paramedics looking sad as shit. Throw a sheet over you like a magic trick. It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
What was your very first big feature? Your first big feature?
My first big feature was on Kool G Rap, Born the Dead Alive album, Money in the Bank.
Oh, wow.
And I made the beat. So that's like, you know, and I love this podcast because like we got people like, yo, that are from that level that will go and check for that. But that Money in the Bank thing was like, when that came out, 90, 91, like, cause G-Rap, Eric B, that whole camp was already like, when you thought of them, you thought of like skills and money.
Right.
Like, they had the skills and they had all the trinkets. Like, yo, they got the web, big shit
Chain,
on bound.
yeah.
Like, yo.
Everything.
So, man, you know, but I was the scientist kid in there, just like making the beats and shit, like keeping it funky. Like, yeah, nah, this is what we want here. This
Right.
what we want here.
Right.
Like, you know, like, nah, y'all did it, but this a new generation coming right now, and this is what we want here.
That joint.
So that's how I was on it. Like, I used to be in there, like, arguing, like, for my case. Like, you know, I had Nas in there early and in there on them sessions and
Right.
things like that. Like, you know, I used to be in there, like, yo, this is what the new generation going on here. Like, yo, like, I'm telling you, man. Like, so we fought through it, and now we here, man, mad years later. Man.
So let me get this clear. Are you insinuating that people didn't see the vision?
You know, when you working with big bread, like Eric B and Rakim, they was like one of the first dudes that had like $1 million budget or something like that.
Right.
So that's what we was working on, their budget, like when it was like downtime,
And
things like that.
That's when the game switched. When people found out about that $1 million budget,
yeah,
a lot of things started changing.
yeah. But they was worth it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
that ain't a question.
They had the skills, they had everything was locked. It was like everybody was, you know, that's why they ain't never have no bullshit in the street, because it was like, yo, them brothers is deserving of that shit.
Right.
We love that shit. We love them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we in there, you know, they got shit to do though. You know what I mean? Like, but we in there on the down hours. So things like that could happen probably. You know what I'm saying? You coming in with your demo, they got big shit to do. You know what I'm saying? MCA, like, yo, we working on this album. We letting y'all rock a little bit on this time. But, you know, so I'm like, yo, check this demo. And, you know, so you can imagine like somebody with a big project that they got to do and they letting you rock, you know, and they don't always want to hear like the demo shit. Like they
Right.
want to keep their mind on, you know, what they doing and things
Right.
like that. And they just letting you rock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you could come up to their radar, you good. Like
Right.
if not, if you stay on that level and shit, they let you rock. You good. You know.
Right.
So I think throughout all these years, I think it was that type of situation. But there was definitely brothers in there that saw the vision, like Hot Day, you know, Supreme Magnetic. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers saw the vision for Nas and me. And
Yeah.
me,
But
for
you
real.
specifically, who believed in you first?
Well, my older sister was
Okay.
Right.
my older sister. She was 12 years older than me. Like, she kind of tried to raise me like on some pit bull shit. Like, especially with that dance and shit. Like, get him, like, you know, that type of shit. So I was always ready to express myself. Like,
Right.
even foolishly sometimes for no reason, like just off of her hype. Like, and then, you know, of course, moms and pops, like, you know, we had the family, like, it was dysfunction in there and shit, but we had like core things that led to my, like, sometimes I feel like they was programming me a little bit because when, like I told you earlier, they gave me the radio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had little times where it's like, yo, play some records. You know what I'm saying? I'll play a record, Jackson 5, The Good Times. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Right.
You know, we all sit there and, you know, I see she rocking, she got, you know, so things like that.
It was supported.
Yeah, that support. And then you could go out here in the world and you know what's what from because that's all ours, like that music, all of that. Like we know what that is. That's our soul. So we know how to go out here and like let them, like, that's our shit. So like, yo, check this out right here. This might be good for you, like to, you know, because this all the songs that got us do some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Right.
So they taught you how to judge reactions early on in the house. You seeing how somebody is moving. You seeing and doing it intentionally.
In more ways than one, definitely. Or more ways than one.
So the cosign to get in this, I'm always curious as to how a kid makes his way into these studios, even if it's on the downtime.
Yeah, you gotta, I mean, like I said, I was out there in them streets early, so I was like, you know, Corona, East Elmhurst, Jamaica, all that. So I'm, you know, trying to get the name to ring some bells and things like that, get people, so just making moves, man, like that's just what that time was, man, just like locally going around, you know, making moves, taking the lessons from moms and pops, my sister. You know, some of that shit don't apply to the streets. They telling me some old shit. Some of that shit do apply. Like, and then now I got to go out here and feel like, you know, with these dudes, some niggas bigger, some smaller. Like, you know, you in them times it was crazy. We ain't have no cell phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, niggas trying to. None of that.
Right.
You know, it's crazy.
But you had to get the call to come to to come to Eric B. and Rakim's.
Oh, of course.
Session.
Oh, yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah, that right there was just, you know, like I said, just name ringing bells. My man Fatal, like I always put Joe Fatal in the mix because he was like my street dude. Like I was still footing it and shit. Like Fatal had to Wagoneer and shit, so he there, that nigga in Fort Greene and shit, like all over the place. Like, yo, man. So he wound up like, yo, you got the beats, like, cause I was on it. Like I had got caught up in the group home. When I came home, I was straight. Like I was like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do and shit. Like, so I got nice real fast with the drum machine and all that. Fatal was like, yo, you got the beats, man. I got next to G-Rap the other day, man. I want you to play some beats for him. I got next to Eric B the other day. Come through, play some beats for him. I was like, yo, you know, like, man shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Making man moves early. Like,
How old were you at the time?
he was like 18, 19. You know what I'm saying? Just on some, it was still the remnants of all of that skill, you know what I mean? Like from breakdancing and all that shit. So I was just on some super skill level shit. Like, yo, he chopped that up and put that on there. You know, I was all into that shit. You know, I wasn't into like, I thought that that's what was going to propel you in the industry. Like that be like, yo, you see what he did with this? Like, you know, I thought everybody was as
technical
as that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had some rude awakenings. Because that's all that shit I'm talking about and I'm faking the funk. I'm like, yo, you skills and niggas like, yo, bro, these niggas is doing light work, blowing out of this world with light work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Vanilla Ice, when I seen that shit, it was just like chilling. You know, I was like, yo, this shit is great. That shit was
out of here. Right.
So, you know, it was a lot of learning and shit. But yeah, my man Fatal was out there, you know, making them connections, and I was living up. You know what I'm saying?
I want to ask, okay, the first time you're in the studio, Eric B. and Rakim, what's the vibes? How are you moving? Are you nervous? Are you like anxious? Y'all just want to play this shit? I know they gonna fuck with it. Like,
because what year was this? 80? You said 87, 88?
89.
They were gods by 88.
Why you giving giving me mixed signals. Let's be honest, you want some dick in you. Or you don't. I don't know.
Baby, you got what I need. But you say I'm just a,
Nah,
you say I'm just a,
fuck outta here.
stop playing with